I'd like to share some thoughts I had with you while I was having a refreshing walk with Richard near Lake Windermere. Timeless landscape there. Even the Herdwick sheep have been grazing the same fells for hundreds of years. Water everywhere. Lovely lakes, babbling brooks, and the 3 wells along the Drovers Way in Troutbeck. Water is so important for life, and yet we take it for granted living where we do in a temperate climate. It's too easy to forget that 1/3 of the world doesn't have safe water to drink. Recently we've all been aware with COP26 of the hopes and fears for the future of our world. The upbeat talk one minute, the heartbreaking reality the next. For us, flooding and drought mean only having to use a different road or not being able to use the hose in the summertime. But for so many people, climate change is bringing heart-rending, life-threatening changes. COP26 highlighted the failure of developed countries like ours to fund what developing countries will need in order to adapt to climate change, with the world facing a life sentence of escalating climate impacts. We live in England's green and pleasant land. Our families have been here for generations. This is home. But for many families around the world, there is no such thing as home anymore. They've been forced to flee from their homes by war, drought, flooding. In 1996, Richard and I met Elias Chacour, then the Melkite Archbishop of Galilee. Born in the village of Biram, just by the Sea of Galilee, his family had grown up there for generations and enjoyed recalling Jesus' time in the same village. He recalls at the age of 8 hearing that the Jews were fleeing the Holocaust and they were going to be welcomed in Galilee as blood brothers, children of the same father, Abraham. But at the age of 8, he and his family were evicted from their village to become refugees from their homeland. Young Elias was on a mission. He knew he was going to be a priest. He set up a nursery for Christians, Muslims, Jews, and Druze, all alongside each other. This then developed into a school and finally a university where all were taught the importance of recognizing each other as equals in God's eyes. His favorite saying, "We are all born babies and are all made in the image of God." We are all just people who were born as babies, made in the image of God, growing up, ready to learn about the world we live in. When we see others who are suffering, we can choose whether to respond or to look away. Here we see Medare using solar energy to pump safe water up to remote areas. Today is World Toilet Day. Toilet Twinning is a charity which not only provides toilets, but also sanitation, hygiene education, and safe water to transform and save lives. Donating £60 to twin your toilet will make a massive difference to people's lives by setting up safe sanitation where there is none. According to the WHO, every £1 spent on sanitation returns £5.50 thanks to increased productivity and lower healthcare costs. The WHO estimates that 1/4 of children's deaths are preventable by limiting environmental risks like dirty water and poor sanitation. So today, on World Toilet Day, we can make a difference in the lives of people born into circumstances very different from our own, but whose basic requirements for life, like water, can be met with help from people like us. For their tomorrow We can make a difference today.